Hello, Pam from North Carolina. Thanks for being with me tonight. Whoever is watching, if you would comment, that would be wonderful, because then I know who is here. Once again, I've been moving my setup around a little bit. I got a brand new desk mat to use that I think is going to work out well. The black was just too dark for me. I was having a hard time seeing while I was working. But I think this gray will be a nice alternative, and it doesn't seem to have much reflection to it either. So I'm pleased about that. Before we begin tonight's project, I just want to give a shout out to Stampin' Up, because since we were notified just a few short weeks ago that we would no longer be able to be getting our Whisper White cardstock envelopes and other products from our same source, because that paper mill closed due to the pandemic. So very unfortunate situation, but kudos to Stampin' Up for acting quickly and finding another paper mill to produce white cardstock and envelopes and other products for us. We now have in what is being called basic white. It comes in the same, everything comes in the same quantities, as well as are the same prices. So I'm thrilled about that. There's no changes there. And I will be posting this with a PDF so people can print it out if they like and put it in their current catalogs, because all of the item numbers will be different for the basic white products than they were for the Whisper White products. But I'm happy to say that it was a quick and smooth transition from Whisper White to basic white. So look for this coming in a newsletter, and I'll also post it to my blog, stampinpeace.com, as well as my Facebook page and Facebook VIP group. Next, we'll talk catalogs for just a moment. I'm not going to take the time to go through this tonight. I did want to do a top 10. But in the essence of time, I'm letting that go for now. Tonight is Emily's last night home before she goes back to grad school in Cincinnati. So after this Facebook Live, I'll spend one more last sleep with her. Not sleep, but one more last evening. She has one more sleep here. That didn't sound right, did it? You know what I mean. I'll be spending the rest of the evening with her. We did go out and have Mexican for dinner, so that was fun. And so our mini catalog and our celebration brochure launched on Tuesday. It seems like everything's been going very well. I am thrilled about the free products being offered during the celebration promotion. But I want people to be aware of the fact that not only do we have free items for when you make a $50 or $100 order, we also have a free item when you host a party. And I love hosting parties, and I love helping people get free product through the Stampin' Rewards for hosting a party. But when a party reaches $300, which is really pretty easy to do, the host will receive free the Punch Party stamp set. And this is the only way people can get this stamp set, and it's wonderful. And it also coordinates nicely with our let me see if I can grab it here, with our new oval punch. Okay, it's got the small oval and then the scallop oval, so it does coordinate with that. But this is super wonderful stamp set for hosts whose party reached $300 or more. And then we also have an incentive for people to join. Now, our joining offer is the same as always. You pay $99 plus tax, and you get free shipping on your starter kit, but for that $99 plus tax, you get to choose $125 of product. I love that our starter kit is 100% customizable. That's so that you get what you want. It doesn't matter if you're a beginning stamper, a somewhat experienced stamper, or a very avid stamper who has lots of experience behind her or him. And so you choose 125 product, you pay $99 plus tax, you get free shipping on that starter kit. But during celebration, Stampin' Up! Has increased the value of our starter kit promotion by gifting you with 5 packages of designer series paper. And it's going to be 5 6x6 packs. And I'm going to pull these out. This is a set of the brights. They're in the color families. So this is the brights, but I want you to be able to see the different patterns. Okay, lots of wonderful different patterns in all the colors of the color family. So that's the brights. We have the neutrals. You're going to get the regals. Okay, that's all these packs. It's a different set of colors, but they're all wonderful. So bright, neutrals, regals, subtles, and then also you're going to get the 2020-2022 in color designer series papers. Now these are different patterns than the 6x6 DSPs in the color families that are in our current annual catalog. These are different, okay? And in each of these is 40 sheets. One pack is valued at $11.50. So 5 packs of DSP. This is a value of $57.50 that you are getting as a gift from Stampin' Up! For purchasing our starter kit now, between now and February 28th, when celebration ends. So it's just these 2 months, but it's a terrific value. It's a great assortment of all these different colors. You will love it. It will keep you creating cards and other paper crafts for a long time to come. So please consider that. I always like to suggest to people, if you place orders on a regular basis from me, you should consider the starter kit. Not only is it a great promotion all the time, it's an even better promotion right now, getting all that free paper. But then you can continue to purchase on your own as a demonstrator, and you'll get 20% discount on all of your purchases. Plus you have the opportunity to take sales from other people as well if you choose to do that. You do not have to sell or hold classes or events if you don't want to. And no matter what you want to do, if you just want to go along being a happy shopper, enjoying a discount, I'm happy to do that and to help you meet your minimums and to help you get the most benefit from being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you choose to host classes or build a business, whether it be big or small, I'm here to help you with that as well. My team runs the whole spectrum. So we welcome everybody. It's a wonderful group of people who enjoy sharing and creating together. So please consider that. I'll also mention, I've been saying for the last few weeks, if you place an order from me anytime during 2020, I did submit your name to Stampin' Up! For you to be mailed from the company both the mini catalog and the celebration brochure. We all know that USPS has had a lot of difficulties this holiday season, and it seems to be continuing on. Hopefully it's getting better. Many of my customers are just now starting to receive their publications. I do know for sure that they've been mailed from Stampin' Up! I paid for the brochure and the mini catalogs, and I paid to have them shipped to you. If you do not receive them, I've been asking you to be patient as we wait out USPS trying to get back on track and not be so backlogged with deliveries. But if it gets to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and you still don't have these, please let me know. Please let me know. I will be ordering some more that I can mail some out from my home, but I can't just call Stampin' Up and say, hey, mail them to all of these, you know, hundreds of people. And it's just, some of you have gotten them, and that's wonderful. Some of you have not, and I'm so sorry, and I thank you for your patience. But please let me know, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'll submit another order to get some catalogs and celebration brochures sent to me, and I will send them out directly to you as quickly as I can. Okay? Tonight we're going to be using some products that I used on Monday, but I wanted to use them with you in a different way than we did on Monday. These were the 2 cards that we made in my Make It With Mary Monday Facebook Live in the Stampin' Piece VIP group. The stamp set used is Corner Bouquet, which is one of those celebration ones that you can get free with a $50 order. Okay, and we just stamped in black, in the tuxedo black ink for a silhouette look. And with that, we used the Oh So Ombre Designer Series paper. That too is a celebration item that you can get free. It's right here, and it comes in it has 4 colors throughout, and then also the Corner Bouquet. In addition to that, we used the Stitched with Whimsy dies. Now, if you were watching on Monday, you know, but if you weren't watching, no problem. I want to let everybody know that the Stitched with Whimsy dies are a little bit different, because the only thing they're cutting is the stitched lines. Okay, those whimsical interlocking stitched lines. It does not cut out the shape at all. So what I did on this card was I cut a piece of Designer Series paper, Oh So Ombre Designer Series paper, 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Then I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So it's the same size paper before and after using the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, but now I have these fun whimsical stitched lines. Okay, so we're going to be doing something similar, well, same with this, but we're going to use this Corner Bouquet stamp set with a different technique. Then while I was looking at this and thinking, okay, I'll want some kind of sentiments to go with it, I realized that this image that is repeated 3 times in this one particular stamp kind of coordinates with this image from the Enjoy the Moment stamp set. I need to scoot over here a little bit. I've got a little bit different setup going again tonight than I'm trying out, but so I'm having to move over a little bit, make sure I'm in the middle of the screen there. Okay, so I thought, okay, we're going to create with this, but I'm going to pull in some sentiments from the Enjoy the Moment stamp set, also in the mini catalog. Okay, celebration catalog, mini catalog. This is the mini as well. All right, so for this first one, we're going to create with both of these stamp sets. For this first one, and this is going to be some what I call simple stamping. You don't need a whole lot of product. We aren't going to do anything super fancy, but we're going to end up with just a beautiful card that was simply made. I'm going to start with this one. And then I think I'll add to that I'm going to add these two to it. You can see this is a brand new stamp set for me. So it'll be fun having it make its debut with you all watching. Tonight is Emily's last night home before going back to Cincinnati. So I considered canceling my Facebook Live and rescheduling for tomorrow, but she said, "Oh, Mom, go ahead and do it." And as we were having dinner and I got to thinking about it, I thought, you know what? It's kind of an ugly day in our country, and we all could use some happy. So I'm glad I'm here. I hope you feel the same way. Okay, so I've got all those ready now. I have pre-cut some white cardstock that measures 5 inches by 3 3/4. Okay, 5 inches by 3 3/4. I want to have a scrap paper. This will be easier to see with a little color on it instead of the white on white. And I think I'll make a vertical card. And I'm going to stamp with soft suede. And I'm going to do the very same with the other pods. This one I might stamp off a little bit too. Okay. And then this one, that might be too much. I'm not going to do that one. But I do want to add a sentiment here. And you can see this is going to be pretty, so far just tone on tone. Okay. How about enjoy the moment, a little note, good things are worth waiting for, happy birthday, friendship is found in simple things. Anybody have a preference? How about enjoy the moment? Amy, no worries about jumping on late. I'm glad you're here. Anybody that ever comes on late, you do know that all of my Facebook Lives are saved to either the Facebook page or the VIP group that I do them in. And the other thing to note is that most Facebook Lives do go to my blog, stampinpeace.com, usually within a week, I'll say, afterwards. Okay. So I'm going to stamp enjoy the moment. Should I stamp it right on there? Let's see who's all jumped on. Hello, Marilyn and Lynn. Hello, Iona from Seattle, Washington. Hi, Cindy and Marty. Hello, Mary Lou and Gigi. Pam, welcome. I'm so glad you're all here. And if you would click share, that would be awesome. I would love it. And I think, should we do a little pop of color? I kind of think we should. Or do you think we should just do tone on tone? I'll show you what we're going to do. And then our next card is going to be much more colorful. So I'm just doing a simple card like this. Okay. Any thoughts? Do you want me to add the sentiment just like that? I could even use early espresso to make it a darker brown. Cindy, what do you mean by yes? There's a little bit of a delay between what I'm saying and doing and between what you're seeing and hearing. So sometimes when your questions come on, or when your comments come on, I've already spoken a good bit and kind of forget exactly. A pop of color. Okay, I was hoping you would say that. So what I'm going to do is go to my color coach here, and you can see it gives you sort of like trios, color combinations of 3 colors, and I'll pick one of these. How about shaded spruce? What does everybody think? So the first thing I'm going to do is see how this stamp straight. Oh, pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to add that just like that. Awesome. Okay. Oh, Amy, you like pink. Marty, thanks so much for sharing. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so I'm now ready to mount this on my card front. And of course, if you wanted to add a ribbon or bow or other embellishments, you can. But here's a quick and easy, simple card featuring the new Enjoy the Moment stamp set, as well as the Stitched with Whimsy die. Okay. And if you're looking for a nice coordinating stamp set, this is where the corner bouquet stamp set from the celebration brochure comes in. I need to move some of these out of the way. So I thought now what I would do is, if you saw the cards from Monday that I showed at the beginning, okay, I used black. So I basically was stamping a silhouette with the corner bouquet. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Marty, you like the simplicity? I do too. I'm still thinking I might need a little bow or twine or something there. But we'll see if I go back to that. Hi, Shar from Rusty, Wisconsin. I'm glad you're here. And thanks so much for sharing, Shar. Okay, so now what I want to do is show you how to add more than one color to a single stamp set. And there's a couple ways that you can do this. The first way, I'm going to pull Shaded Spruce. I'm going to pull Melon Mambo. How about Crushed Curry? I think that should be pretty good. So one way to do this is also going to pull some soft suede. So one way to do this is use your Stampin' Right markers. These are our water-based markers. And you're just going to color some of these. Now this is one of those kind of artistic looking stamps that, you know, the images aren't perfectly clear. It really is, you know, the stems and leaves, everything overlaps, okay? So the nice thing about that is you don't have to get too worked up about everything matching perfectly, okay, or being colored just right. I'm going to add some yellow to these small flowers here. I shouldn't say yellow, this is Crushed Curry. We have lots of wonderful yellows. Okay, this is Crushed Curry, and again, I'm just doing my best as far as coloring. Some of the images are a little harder to see. Not a big deal though. I'm going to color some of those flowers. Melon Mambo. How's that for? And again, I'm just going with my gut. If it looks like a flower and I want to color it as a flower, that's what I'm doing. If it looks like a leaf or a stem or something like that, that's what I'm going to do. You know, I think I want to pull in some Highland Heather too on these. Now, if you're working with several different colors, it's possible, and even likely I'll say, that some of those colors will be drying. Some of that ink you're putting on will be drying. And you can tell because if they're glossy, they're still a little wet. If they're not looking glossy, that means the ink is starting to dry. But no worries, because we have an easy way to take care of that. Okay, and this last color I'm adding is, oh, I was going to use just Jade. Okay, I'll use it on the next one. This is Shaded Spruce. This technique, your coloring doesn't have to be perfect. It seems like people either love coloring or hate coloring, but I think this is a technique that anybody can enjoy doing and can be successful with. Okay. Now I can see that a good amount of my ink is drying on there. So what I'm going to do now is just huff on it, breathe heavily on it. And if I do that, I start to see some glossiness, which means that huffing, that breathing heavily on it is re-moistening those inks. And then I'll press it down to my cardstock. And there's the result. Isn't it pretty? I like the way it turned out. Okay, let's add our sentiment. Okay, you can do the same thing with sentiments too. If you want, you know, maybe a certain word to stand out, you can color it with markers so that you get different colors on the same sentiment. I'm going to stamp this one with Melon Mambo. Got all kinds of things here. Just like that. Super cute, super easy, right? Anybody can do that coloring. Do you agree? Okay, I'm going to mount this on Shaded Spruce that I cut to be 5 1/8 inch by 3 7/8. So it's just got a small border around that Whisper White piece. Okay, and then how about if we mount it on Melon Mambo? I'll have to cut this one. And I'm going to clean that same stamp, and I'll have some of you and I'll have you all watch as I make the same card, but do a slightly different technique, or do a different technique to color the stamp like I just did. Okay. Anybody a fan of Melon Mambo? I like the other colors we put with it. The shaded spruce, crushed curry, a little bit of Highland Heather in there, and we have some, what was the brown? Soft suede. Okay. Pretty, huh? Keep in mind, if you might like to win some cards that you might want to be commenting throughout, sharing will help you as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all of the same colors that we use to color the stamp set, or the stamp with the Stampin' Write markers. But this time I'm only going to be using the ink pads, okay? So I've got Soft Suede and Melon Mambo. Here's Highland Heather. I need, what happened to my Shaded Spruce? Here's Shaded Spruce and Crushed Curry. Thank you, Amy. I'm glad you like the color combination. Basically, when I do color combinations, and Marty, feel free to chime in because you're my artist. But basically, when I do color combinations, especially flowers I think are so easy because I kind of think red, yellow, blue. Well, I didn't choose a red, I chose a pink. And I didn't choose blue, but I have a Highland Heather. And I've got a yellow in there, crushed curry. Then I'll think greens. Then I think, do I need a neutral, some kind of brown or something like that? If I'm doing sky, I think blue. So just kind of, you know, and I just go with it. And you'll be able to tell brighter colors and subtle colors. And just go with what appeals to you, what looks nice to you. Okay. So now, instead of the markers, I'm using ink pads and my sponge daubers. And where's my other, here it is. So now, instead of coloring with markers right here, okay, Marty, you're saying I'm staying within the same tonal families. I think you mean that's a good thing. I hope so. You know, to me, I guess the more I've been stamping, the better I am with putting colors together. Okay, so I've cleaned my stamp, and now what we're going to do is use sponge daubers and ink and tap on. Thank you, Marty, for clarifying. Okay, so I've got this yellow. Now again, with the size of the dauber and the different sizes of the flowers and leaves on here, you have to remember, this is not perfect. If you are somebody who likes perfect everything in the line, this isn't for you. But I think that's the reason why this technique appeals to so many people, because you don't have to be perfect. And no matter what, it's going to turn out beautifully. So I'm just tapping it in here. If you have small areas, you can tilt your sponge dauber like that and kind of hit this rubber with just a side or edge. Okay. And then I'm going to use, how about Melon Mambo? Where's that? And these bigger flowers, and it's okay if some of the colors touch and blend a little bit. That's really not hurting anything. Okay, I think maybe down here a little bit. Need something. Okay. And what else do I have? I've got that soft suede for these pod thingies. And I'm just going to trail that soft suede, that brown, down a little bit into the stem. Who thinks they can do this? I better see you all responding, yes, you can do this. Because it really is simple, it's fun, and it is going to wow the people who receive your cards or who look at your scrapbooks when you do this. Okay, I'm going to add some of this Highland Heather. This is kind of tricky because the parts I want it on are pretty narrow, but again, I'm going with it and I'm trusting it's going to be beautiful. And then finally, I'm going to fill in the leaves, the largest space, with shaded spruce ink and just keep daubing it all along there. Tapping it in. And again, colors will blend because we're working in small areas, and that's okay. You're going to have a fun, colorful card when we finish. A lot of times when we think about stamping, we just want to take one stamped image and tap it into an ink pad. And if you didn't know already, there are other ways to stamp where you can add multiple colors to a single stamp. And now I want to huff, right? Don't forget that. It's very important because some of the inks are already drying. So I'm going to huff on it now. Breathe heavily. I guess it's good that I'm stamping by myself if I'm breathing heavily, right? This is not the time to be doing that when you're stamping with other people. We're just trying to keep everybody safe and healthy. Okay, now I'm going to go back and finish off the rest of the card. I'm going to stamp my sentiment here. Enjoy the moment. And let's put that I was gonna say, let's change up that layer from shaded spruce to, I was gonna do crushed curry on the melon mambo. Let's give that a try. So I need this to be 3 7/8 inch by 5 1/8. And again, these dimensions are the same that I used in Monday's Facebook Live. Okay, when I used the Stitch with Whimsy die on the Oso Ombre Designer Series paper, it's cut. This is cut to the same dimensions. But if you missed that one, be sure and go back and look because we made some fun cards there too. Okay, Linda's saying, are you able to fill in the color? Okay, that did not fill in. I'm not sure how well you can see this on the film, but that didn't fill in because of the die went right there. If that bothers you, what I would do is, where's my marker, is you can just sort of tap the marker in there. I don't know that you want to color it because I think that would give you a different look if you start coloring it in because we daubed that in. But is that better? Do you like that better, Linda? But I definitely see what you mean. And I could do it here too. Just daub a little ink on there with the point of my marker. Not real hard, just tap it lightly. Okay, I think that's what you meant. Is that correct, Linda? And if you feel some other areas of your card need a little more color, you can do that as well. Okay, whatever you like. That's the wonderful thing. Okay, that was what you like. Perfect. And you know what? That's a wonderful thing about this craft, stamping, is to me, you can't go wrong. You know, 99% of the time, you're never going to be wrong. And if you make a little mistake or something doesn't stamp exactly the way you want it to, there's usually an easy fix to that, or it becomes one of those creative opportunities. Okay, so I think I'm ready to add this. You know, our world needs a whole lot more kindness, our country in particular today. And I need to do my part in spreading kindness too. So I'm not giving away one card today. I'm giving away all three. I think I will add just a little twine or ribbon or something to each of these. I'm not sure what yet. But if you would like to win one of these cards, please let me know that you like this technique. Okay, Marty says like. She likes all three. Awesome. What else do I see here? Oh, some of you know each other, Susan and Pam. That's fun. It is a sad day, so I'm glad you joined me for what is it, 45 minutes of some happy time. And please know that I do appreciate your time. I appreciate your input, and I appreciate you sharing your own creativity with me and giving me the opportunity to share so much what I love doing. And I'm ready to put 3 pieces of happy mail in tomorrow's mail. So be sure to comment. Do you have any questions about any of the techniques I've showed you? Okay, we did very simple stamping, but then I showed you, a single color on a single stamp, and then I showed you 2 different ways that you can add more than one color to a single stamp, either with markers or with sponge daubers and ink pads, and they both turn out beautifully. Yes, Shar, I understand. I get what you're saying. Stamping is my happy place too. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Be good to yourself and one another, and please stay safe. I will see you on Friday on my Stampin' Piece VIP group. If you're watching now and you're not part of that VIP group, all you have to do is search in Facebook, Stampin' Piece VIP group, answer a couple of quick, easy questions. Are you a stamper, paper crafter? Are you interested in Stampin' Up? That kind of thing. And then I submit you to the group and you get even more creative inspiration. Okay? See you next time. Thanks for joining me. And I'll be choosing winners for each of these cards. Have a good night.